Before we begin, I want you to get nice and comfortable. Get into a position where you can easily relax as you listen to my voice. And that's all you're going to have to do for the next little while, is listen to my voice as I guide you down into a deep, hypnotic trance. I'm going to start by having you close your eyes. Go ahead and close your eyes, and you're going to keep them closed for the rest of this file. And I want you to focus very closely on my voice. But more than focusing on my voice, I want you to feel my voice. Feel these words and suggestions. And I want you to notice yourself already beginning to feel heavier. Feel a sort of weight in your body. You can feel it in your limbs as they get heavier. And you can notice a sort of warm fuzziness growing in your mind. And as you listen to me talk to you in this relaxing way, you can feel your mind sort of unwinding and beginning to drift, feeling a pull from my voice. And imagine beneath you is nothing at all, just an empty space for you to relax and sink down into. And as you listen to me, you just feel me pulling you deeper through that space, guiding you further and further into this warm, heavy feeling. And even though you're already beginning to feel very relaxed, I'm going to guide you much deeper. And to do that, I'm simply going to count from the number 10 down to the number 1. And you're going to find with each number, your body and mind is going to feel much heavier. Think of these numbers like a staircase. And with each number, you're taking a step deeper into this trance. Each number just making you feel heavier and more relaxed. I want you to feel that as I start with the number 10. Feel that instant weight beginning to pull on you, pulling on your mind and body. And you feel that heaviness growing with the number 9, heavier. Already you're beginning to feel so warm and relaxed. Notice how good it feels with each number to unwind a little deeper. And you feel that with the number 8. Heavier, you feel yourself floating down to the number 7. You feel that pull growing. You feel the pull from my voice pulling you deeper, pulling you down to the number 6. Just feel yourself sinking a little deeper. Imagine yourself just floating through that space, feeling that pull more and more, going down to the number 5. It feels so good to give in to each number and float a little deeper. And you feel yourself floating with me as you go down to the number 4. So heavy. Your mind just filled with that warm fuzziness as you're drifting deeper. As you drift down to the number 3. You feel that pull so intensely, each number making your mind feel so much heavier as you're drifting deeper, going down to the number 2. You feel yourself slowing down. Everything's so slow as you're going deeper. It feels so good just to drift in that slow heaviness. And with this last number, your whole being is just going to sink into a much deeper level of trance. You're just going to feel yourself let go, and that's okay, knowing I'm waiting there to catch you. Feel yourself drifting down with the number 3, going down to the number 2, and 1. Just feel yourself sink into that deeper level of trance, as if your mind is just sort of floating and sinking, as if your conscious mind is just kind of watching as a spectator, while that subconscious self is just floating with my voice. And imagine as you're looking down at that subconscious self, you can kind of see my energy there with her, like a warm red glow floating around her body. And notice you can kind of feel the warmth from my voice on your body, on your skin, soaking into your muscles, helping your body just sort of melt and dissolve into this trance. Notice how good it feels to feel my presence wrapping around you. Think of it like a warm blanket, so comforting it makes you feel so safe, so calm. It feels so good to have that blanket, that embrace just wrap around you, as if nothing matters while you're floating in my energy. And while you're floating in my energy, you can feel the pull from my voice even stronger. And I'm going to count from 5 to 1 again. And while you feel my energy around you, these numbers are going to weigh so much heavier. Each number is going to take you so much deeper. Your conscious mind floating a little further away, even the sound of my voice further, while you just enjoy this wonderful feeling of drifting with me. And you feel that weight begin to pull you down with the number 5. Just imagine yourself floating deeper. You feel the pull from my voice even stronger, going down to the number 4, heavier. But it also feels so good to sink a little deeper with each number, giving in to my voice more and more, going down to the number 3, feeling that pull, your mind just sinking, so warm and fuzzy as my energy fills your mind, pulling you even deeper as you go down to the number 2. So heavy and so relaxed, so ready to give in to my voice and allow yourself to go even further. As you hear that last number, your whole being just sinking so much deeper, wanting to let go and feel my voice catch you once again. Feel that with the number 3, drifting down so much heavier, sinking down to the number 2, and on this last number just slipping away. 3, 2, and 1. Feel yourself floating so much deeper, and feel how my energy just wraps around you once again, so much tighter. And notice it feels arousing to feel my energy get a little tighter around your mind, a little tighter around your body. A part of you really enjoying that feeling of being closer to me, that intimate connection between us growing as you're floating deeper down. And your conscious self is just watching you float and give in to that wonderful spell of my voice, wanting these words to just soak into that subconscious mind, knowing you listened to this file, you wanted to fall under my spell, and you're just watching yourself drift and sink deeper into that spell. And imagine that warm red energy, that warm glow around your body begins to take the shape of a collar around your neck. And just hearing that, notice you feel warmth around your neck, as if you can't feel any other part of your body except your neck right now, and you feel it just sort of glowing with a warmth as my collar begins to materialize around your neck. And that collar symbolizes your place as my slave, my place as your master. And just hearing that, you feel a run of arousal move through your body like a little thrill, hearing that you're becoming my slave, hearing that you're wearing my collar, knowing that means you belong to me in this moment. You feel such an arousal growing inside of you. And that is your body's recognition that this is something you want. This is something you've longed for, to really belong to someone in a deeper way, to give in to someone's control in a deeper way. You feel that arousal growing as you're hearing this. You know it's true, and that's so exciting. Feel that collar growing. You imagine it, a warm red collar and energy around your neck, a bond connecting you to me. And you imagine your submissive slave self kind of lurking in your mind, but she's kind of been chained down by your conscious self. For all kinds of different reasons, you felt like you haven't fully been able to let that submissive self out in a deeper way, chained down by that conscious self. And it's as if through that collar, I've given you a doorway to let her out. I am that doorway. That collar is a way for you to bring out that submissive self in a very pure, deeper way. And that submissive self belongs to me. Since I am that doorway, she's so intimately connected to her master. And just hearing that, you feel another wave of arousal move through you, knowing how true this is, and it's so incredibly exciting to know that you're letting this submissive side of yourself out, knowing that she's so connected to me, she belongs to me, that part of yourself. And you can already feel how arousing and fulfilling it is to let this side of your nature out. And you're going to find as we go along that feeling grows. The arousal and pleasure you feel each time you go down here grows. As your connection to me deepens, you'll feel more and more of that pleasure. You'll discover that slave of yourself is very primal. She desires pleasure. She desires her master's control. She desires his voice and sinking down into this trance. Knowing this trance is an important way for us to connect. You always desire to go down and sync with my voice. And you'll find the power of those numbers each time I count you down. That power grows. Or pull on your mind and body grows. It's going to get easier and easier just to unwind and slip into this trance with me. To imagine that door opening easier and letting that slave out as she feels her collar. That collar a symbol to let her out. That collar a symbol of her connection to her master. That's something that she desires so deeply. Just hearing that, you feel another wave of arousal moving through your body. Already you feel the call of that collar growing. And in a moment I'm going to have you wake. But you're going to wake with that collar on. And you know that means you wake. Notice your former self. You're waking as my slave. And those changes might feel subtle this first time. But it's important you wake feeling the warmth of that collar around your neck. And as you wake, you're going to desire to touch it. And it's almost going to feel like you're touching me. It's going to feel incredibly arousing, that first touch. To feel a wave of arousal move through your body. An instant recognition that you are my slave and you've started a very deep, meaningful journey with me. So as I count from 1 to 5, each number is going to slowly wake you from this trance. But with each number as you wake, that collar is going to grow a little brighter. You're going to feel its warmth growing as you feel that slave self waking up with me. I'll start with the number 1, 2, you imagine that collar growing brighter. 3, you feel yourself beginning to wake. 4 and 5, eyes open wide.